is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast. The wrestling podcast where we talk about anything that's going on in WWE and no holds barred on what we say. I am your host, Kyle Masters, as always. It's been a while since we released a podcast. I've been busy the last couple of weeks. But yeah, it's been a busy last couple of weeks in the WWE. I'm just going to jump right into it, guys. The Extreme Rules card so far, I think you guys would agree with me. It's a little too predictable. I mean, every match so far, I can guarantee you the result is going to happen. Seth Rollins retain, John Cena retain, Daniel Bryan retain, Roman Reigns wins, the Bellas retain the title because Paige is going to film a Christmas movie. And they have, I think, Dolph Ziggler against someone. But other than that, it's a little bit too predictable this year. I mean, this is the start-off show, or start-off pay-per-view for the new season. You expect them to make it, start with a bang, like get into the new season. But no, it's a little shitty so far. And a little bit too predictable. The only thing I'm actually looking forward to is the steel cage match between Seth Rollins and Randy Orton. Like, I know who's going to win, but like this match has the potential to be really good. The RKO is banned, and the steel cage is the other stipulation. You know what I want to see out of this match? I want to see a Phoenix Splash. I know it's asking a little too much, but I want to see a Phoenix Splash from the top of the cage onto Randy Orton. That would just make the pay-per-view 100 times better than what it already looks like it's going to be. But, that's a little bit over dramatic. But I just hope it happens. I mean, that'd be pretty sick. They could most likely pull it off. But I think Randy Orton's going to, since he has the RKO ban, we're going to see maybe a punt or two or something like that, or him attempting it and J&J getting involved somehow, climbing the sides of the cages. Like, this is what I mean about it's a little bit too predictable this year. So we'll have to see about that. But that's the only match basically on the card I'm looking forward to. I'm not looking forward to this stupid Russian chain match. I'm hoping this is the last we see of John Cena versus Rusev for a bit, because it's getting a little too dry, and John Cena needs another feud for the U.S. title. So I'm hoping he just beats Rusev into like a pulp, and then that's the end of Rusev for a bit, and then we see John Cena carry on and hopefully feud with someone else sometime soon. If for those of you who don't know, the Russian chain match is basically like the Texas bull rope match, where you have to touch or a rope match, whatever. You have to touch all four corners of the ring to win the match, and you're tied up, well, in this case, by a chain. I don't know what the hell a Russian chain is, but I'm guessing it's just going to be a generic chain. But anyways, the Extreme Rules card, looks pretty bland and boring so far. Moving on, Finn Balor is apparently making his debut soon. I don't know if anyone's seen. He tweeted out a teaser earlier. I think it was a week ago. Actually, it was right before Raw in the UK on Monday. He tweeted out a photo of him in the phone booth on the stage saying, "Vince, I'm just waiting for the call." So everyone thought like, oh God, Finn Balor is going to debut on Raw. And there was a couple of times where the crowd was chanting Balor, Balor. And it just didn't happen. Whether or not he got scrapped last minute or something and they were going to hold off for SmackDown, he still didn't appear on SmackDown. And there was no vignette or anything. So, like, what the hell? that was some teaser. You definitely teased us fans, but I'm guessing this is still gonna mean that Balor is debuting soon. I'm glad that he's gonna debut soon. It was just a matter of time. The kid has so much tremendous talent. I'm hoping he keeps that demon gimmick and not just a regular Balor gimmick, and we see the demon every pay-per-view. I hope he keeps the demon gimmick for just like Goldust paints himself every Monday night and Tuesday and SmackDown. A possible feud, I think, for Finn Balor would probably be Bray Wyatt. But that's just my opinion. I mean, it's a pretty good opinion, and I'm guessing there's a lot of people who think that's probably going to happen because we've seen a lot of Bray Wyatt promos lately and talking about this new person that's basically going to feud with him, and I'm hoping it's Finn Balor. That'd be a pretty sick feud between Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt. So I'm hoping that happens. WWE, get that done. I think a lot of people will want to see that. So yeah, hopefully he keeps the gimmick, demon gimmick, and feuds with Wyatt. Moving on, what do we got here? We got some more NXT here. Has to do with Adrian Neville, but I mean he's already on the main roster, so I can't really refer to him as NXT. I guess well, this is his past. But anyways, this kid has looked so impressive lately. I don't know if anyone's been watching his matches. I'm hoping you have. If you've been watching Raw and you're not hiding under a rock, Neville is insane. If you guys didn't see that match with Dolph Ziggler, go watch it. He does this 450. Okay, Dolph Ziggler's just lying on the floor outside the ring. Neville climbs on top of the barricade like Jeff Hardy style and does a 450. I'm telling you right now, a 450 splash off the barricade. There's no room between the barricade and the floor. Not that much room. But he's able to pull off a 450 off there and land perfectly on Dolph Ziggler. Like, that was insane. Neville has so much talent in him. It's crazy. What I don't like is that after that first win on his debut, he's been jobbed ever since, which I don't really understand why. How do you bring this top guy in NXT up to win his first match and then just get jobbed? No, it's like WWE's code, but like I just don't understand. Like, but other than his jobness, he's just been looking so good right now. What he needs is someone to feud with. And it has to be a good feud to like knock off his start his career up in the main roster. It's got to be someone good. I mean, I can't really think of anyone off the top of my head. Maybe like Rollins or Balor or Daniel Bryan or Dolph Ziggler. I'm gonna say Daniel Bryan for one. That'd be a pretty sick feud. I mean, it all has to do with his injury, which I'll get into a little bit later. But Dolph Ziggler would be a pretty good feud, too. I mean, they just pulled off a really epic match on Raw, so they could have a little bit of a feud there. If it's Rollins, though, I can't. That's a little bit too much because he has the title, and that's just it's pushing it. So, other than Rollins, I guess, Neville needs a feud because this kid is the definite future in the WWE. He's going to be a future top guy. I'm telling you right now. Neville, you're on the way up, kid. Good for you. Keep doing what you're doing. But moving on, guys, to the last two bit of news. If you haven't heard, Taz has officially left TNA. I haven't read anything yet on the reasoning why he's left TNA, but I'm hoping he comes back to WWE as a color commentator. Because he's sick at color commentating, and I miss him hearing his voice on SmackDown. So if he would come back to WWE, I'm hoping he goes on SmackDown. That way they can keep Michael Cole, JBL, and Booker T on Raw, and then you can have Taz and Jerry the King Lawler on SmackDown and have finally two different announce teams for both shows. So yeah, hopefully Taz is going to make his way over to WWE after he's left TNA now. So who knows? Moving on to the last bit of news, guys, is the Daniel Bryan injury, as I said earlier. For those of you wondering why that he hasn't been wrestling a lot lately, I guess his injury to his neck has been nagging him lately, and it all comes back to like him not going through the proper rehab for his neck and WWE being scared about that. So WWE is taking the precautionary measures right now to keep him off matches and kind of make him just do a little bit of live event, a little bit of dark matches here and there just to, keep it safe. And I don't blame him. Like, Daniel Bryan is like one bad injury away to his neck from ending his career and becoming almost paralyzed or even paralyzed for that matter. And we don't want to see that. He's still got a long way to go. Like, he's still got a lot of years in him. And I'm pretty sure we've not seen the best from Daniel Bryan yet. I think the best is yet to come. So, yeah, Daniel Bryan has been kept off like matches on Raw and SmackDown lately just because of that injury. As it still stands, he's supposed to defend his title against Wade Barrett at Extreme Rules. I'm probably thinking that they're going to keep that match really minimal in the brutality. I think it's just going to be a normal match and less bumps against Daniel Bryan and more on Barrett. So, yeah, let's hope Daniel Bryan doesn't hurt himself really bad in a way he had to end his career, because that'd be just sad. I know he like trolled us back in like December, and like I honestly thought he was ending his career then too, but then he trolled us and said he was going to be in a Royal Rumble. So yeah, good on WWE for taking precautionary measures. It's funny because of the history of wrestlers leaving the company and saying how bad WWE doctors are and bad with injuries like that. It's kind of crazy how WWE is all of a sudden taking precautionary measures on keeping one of their top stars safe. So I don't know, maybe that's a way of WWE showing, like, maybe they're just backing their shit up or like saving their ass by doing this. So who knows? But Daniel Bryan, yep. Let's hope he doesn't get injured bad soon. Hopefully he rehabilitates that neck properly. But other than that, guys, that's the last bit of news we have. I'll try to keep bringing up podcasts. I mean, it's been hard for me lately. It's a pretty busy month this month, but I'm hoping there are more news in WWE so I can keep making these podcasts. Other than that, like, I can't really report anything or do a podcast or anything if nothing happens. And I can do it on a little tiny bit of news. I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to hear that or tune in to see this little bit of news that you probably already read and don't really give a shit about. And neither do we. But other than that, guys, I'm your host, Kyle Masters. As always, this has been another episode of No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast. The wrestling podcast where we talk about anything that's going on in WWE and no holds barred on what we say. And that's it.